All right. Oh my God, who is ready to get back to like what we used to be when we were kicking ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, enough already, right? Oh my God. First of all, you guys, thank you so much for the time I had to be gone. Um, I am not a baby, and that was a tough one. I was a wreck. So thank you.
I just want to see your beautiful arms now.
Oh God, they're so good. They really like there's
Ooh.
nothing there.
Wow.
My boobs are where they belong. I didn't get a boob job, I just put them back.
Oh, they great.
And
You look good.
I do look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, do I have Missy's body with my head? Like, what's happening? Um, yeah. And then my incision on my stomach is, I thought it was 18 inches long. It's actually 20.
Wow.
And it's just crazy. So that alone makes me never want to go back to where I was because to go, I mean, I got myself there. That's pathetic, So every time I eat, recommendation when you guys want to cheat is this sounds so stupid, but Missy knows Chris had the guys over the other night for cards for sheep's head night. So when it's at your house, you make dinner and appetizers and dessert. And we made this brownie. I mean, it was a mix. It was Hershey's brownie mix. Then on top of it was Betty Crocker cookie, chocolate chip cookie, then frosting. And I would have totally eaten the leftover frosting, took the batter, and then of course eaten the first brownie. And they weighed like 5 pounds a piece, even the 1.5 by 1.5. And now what I did, and it was hard. I'm not going to say it was easy, you guys. It was smelled like brownie cookie.
Yeah.
It was snuggly. And I just literally forced myself to imagine what it tasted like because we all know.
Yeah.
Right. So
And
good.
then we eat it, right? And 2
So good.
minutes later, now we hate ourselves. And for
Yes.
sure in the morning, we're
Yes.
like, why did we do that?
Yeah. By
Yep.
the way, those are called brookies. I make them. A combination of brownies and cookies.
So good.
I'm
Yes.
assuming they're delicious.
It's
Yeah.
a crown favorite for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to
It's
stop
wrong.
talking about food.
Yeah, we
Right.
should.
So talk about
Okay, Beth Dutton.
asparagus.
Beth for president.
Yes.
My staff gave me this as a gift. I thought it was so cute.
Am I supposed to know who that person is?
She's
dear
on
God.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
She's
Oh,
the
okay.
amazing blonde on Yellowstone.
And she kicks
Mhm.
ass.
She's
She
amazing.
does.
I see none of us are excited to be watching Biden right now. Nobody said I can't make it because Biden's giving his final address.
Right?
He
Mhm.
already forgot how to write. So anyways, I came right in here. Okay. We are going to get back to business like we were. The whole company's in such a different place. Obviously, so much better. I'm going to tell you things I know that I don't care. I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not, so I don't care because no one said you can't say this. So Kelly Rich, which we were initially so excited to be part of Trinant because she was one of the founders of Modere, which spoke volumes about our college and versus, well, the whole Modere, everything, right? Literally got hired quickly from Trinant.
Oh, wow.
She got fired. Hold on, let me think. Well, we were at TLA in October, and if you were a Sapphire or above, you get to go to this special training in the morning of TLA. And quite honestly, it's actually almost as good as listening to Tina Joy Carroll because they teach you so much stuff. So we got to meet this new guy named Ryan. And of course, everybody's whispering, like, you could hear people whispering because Kelly Rich wasn't around. So we get introduced to this totally sharp, articulate guy. I'm going to guess 50 years old,
Yeah.
named Ryan. And he already had done more in his first 10 days than Kelly Rich did her entire time she was there. She was supposed to be taking care of, opening up overseas, different places, all sorts of things that she didn't do what she said her skill set was, whatever. So this guy's been so amazing, and he comes with literally 10 times the experience of Kelly Rich. They paid, I can't imagine how much to get him. And he literally flew out to Sonara. I think a month ago, he spent 11 hours at her house meeting
Wow.
with her.
Wow.
Then he flew out to, these top leaders, and literally morning, noon, and night to exhaustion, they're meeting on what needed to be changed and what worked after things fell apart. So what I will tell you, I learned today briefly the 3 new products, because I couldn't go to Diamond Council last week because I was taping season 9 of Project Chit. So let me just get here. It wasn't like when because I couldn't go. When the Daily Health System came out and we found out about it, we were under an NDA, and I'm sure everybody that went to Diamond Council had to sign the NDA. But when we were there to find out about Activate, we got training from Dr. Tom, and then over the course of 8 weeks, we got a lot of training while we were there, like 5 hours worth. And then, like I shared with Lisa secretly, I would, because I don't even know what it says. It might have been in Japanese. And Lisa's like, oh. Well, that wasn't the case this time with these 3 new products yet. So all we know is, hold on, I text myself the notes. So I got to find Gina. You're going to be very excited. Oh, here it is. So we lack in athletes, people who really work out, and want a whey protein powder, a real one. And so it's always remember, I know we know this, but I'm going to say it anyway, clean, and all our products are clean compared to anything you're going to see out there. It is called a clear whey protein. And don't ask me any questions beyond what I'm telling you, because they literally didn't say. There's going to be 2 formulations. One will be caffeinated, which is unusual, isn't it, for a protein powder? And one won't be.
Mm-mm.
It's not unusual, Lisa? Oh, okay. So it will be one, you don't have to have caffeine, so you'll have your option. It will be in a canister, of course. And it's got 20 grams of protein, and it's strawberry. Now, my guess is they will come out with the basic chocolate and vanilla, but anyone who's into manufacturing, it costs a lot to do all this. So they're starting with strawberry because we already have Nourish in vanilla and chocolate. And it tastes apparently amazing. It's not chalky. So whatever this clear part means, we don't know yet till Dr. Tom eventually teaches, okay? So that's what.
Can I add something really quick?
Add or say or ask?
Add.
Oh, good, because I don't know anything.
No.
Add away.
So, so this has to stay here because not like it's any big deal, but, so when I was at Supply Side, I met with Dr. Tom versus some other, products. And, he had told me about the whey, and I said to him, hopefully you're adding hydrolase. So hydrolase is an enzyme that is blended into whey. So whey is definitely not good for your gut. And it's one of the reasons why, I don't know if you guys saw my posts last year, I would say whey protein is just not good for your gut. It's so difficult to digest. Well, they have an enzyme called hydrolase that if you add it into whey, just like Glow M, it takes the peptides of whey and it turns it into a di or a tripeptide. So just like Glow M, where the particles are much smaller, that's what the hydrolase does to the whey protein. So now your gut can handle it. Now it absorbs better. Now it's better protein. And they are definitely adding that in. So I asked him, I said, please tell me you're adding hydrolase. And he said, oh, yes. So,
Oh, with Lisa giving us that scoop and what I am, that, the things we're going to talk about, we are rubies and above. This stays to us, okay, till, or we'll all lose the privilege and we don't want that. So I just want to make sure I get, because this is being recorded.
yeah.
Oh, for the love. Okay, so thank you, Lisa, for that. Then the second product is going to be, it's literally called, Lisa, do you already know the answers to all of this?
I'm not going to say a word.
All right, well, then you just add on, like if you did, or you could nod yes. I think she said it's literally called Twist on Creatine.
Nope, I didn't know about that one.
Okay, I feel like,
Creatine.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I feel like
creatine.
literally the name of it's called a Twist on Creatine, and it is a beverage. It tastes, again, very, very good. Where Activate didn't initially taste good, it took a cut. Both of these are like really good, unanimous. Everybody said delicious. And it has 3 grams of creatine. And they are referring to it as a cognitive beverage.
Nice.
Very nice.
And then lastly, because there's nobody under 50, that's a Ruby. On or off this call, it's a menopause support product for our third product.
Oh, holy cow, that's awesome.
This one,
Yeah.
this one I knew about. And just a funny story, when I was meeting with Tom, I said, Tom, I want to introduce you to Michael in Canada from this company. He goes, oh, we're working with them. And I said to him, I told him the menopause ingredient. I'm like, the clinical studies are amazing. And he just looked at me and smiled. So I knew this was coming.
Okay, so
Fabulous.
And
then
the
Lisa
main
knows it's a
ingredient in this-
capsule.
The main ingredient in this, you guys, is amazing. So if Gina wants or whatever, maybe I'll do a Ruby call training on like the ingredients and some of
That'd
these.
be awesome.
Lisa,
What type
that
of
would be
symptoms is it going to address specifically?
Again, that's literally all I know.
Okay, got
That's
it.
I can
they-
find my notes, Missy, on what exactly this clinical trialed ingredient like specifically does. I had a meeting with Michael right before supply side. So I'll have to just look and get my notes on it.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So the top 3 health trends for 2025 in this order is still metabolic health is number 1.
Yep.
Longevity is number 2. And then women's health,
Mm-hmm.
which is not surprising probably to any of us. So that's where they're staying focused, is where the trends are, because we're gonna, we have a clean, for the most part,
Rich.
plant-based.
Really?
Sweet.
Oh.
Hi, Julie,
Oh,
you might
okay.
wanna mute yourself. Okay, so before we go on to anything, I don't have answers beyond, because that's literally all they were told, and we're gonna be getting training, but anything you want to say about it?
I was thinking about creatine the other day, and all of the guys that I follow, Gary Brecka, I follow some health gurus, And they all talk about the importance of creatine. So I was thinking that direction. So I'm super happy to hear that. And menopause support.
Mhm.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Well, of course, and metabolic health.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So with these three products, because we want to continue to keep a small line and only have the literally the finest ingredients in everything we make, there will be three products that will sunset. We don't know what those three products are, but I can tell you
Toothpaste.
most likely toothpaste will be one of them.
Okay.
And if you love the toothpaste, now Chris is addicted to it. I don't use it. I hear once you start using it, you love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's what
I
Jarvis
actually-
says too.
I actually took
Jarvis
it
loves
to
it
my,
too, yeah.
I took it to my dentist's office and they all scoured over it, looked at it and took a sample and they loved it too.
So I don't know if, I know for sure they don't make money on the toothpaste
Yeah,
because it's already expensive and that's what's not making money.
yeah.
And I also don't know if the volume's not there or if it's just because they don't make enough money. So if you love toothpaste or you know someone who does, I would order it and stock up because I do feel that's a for sure one. Okay.
Mhm.
Ordering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ordering now.
And then I don't have a clue what would be the other two. Okay.
I'm going to say, I think Boost is gonna go away.
Mm.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was on the
Because
chopping
there's
block.
It was on the
10
top.
There's 10 times the amount of nitric oxide created from Activate than what you get with Boost. So if you're actually like looking for overall health, even if you're healthy and in shape, like overall metabolic health, like you could drink and Activate like before you, as a matter of fact, many people talk about it, drinking Activate before they work out, and like it's
Mhm.
like off the charts.
Yeah, I think Boost will go away. I agree.
Oh, that made me just think of something when you guys are talking about Boost before working out. One note I do have about back to the protein. Because so many people are doing intermittent fasting and I don't know why. This is Dr. Tom
sweetheart.
said a female should not be working out like that on an empty stomach. If you are an intermittent faster and you are a female, you should not be working out till you've eaten. And so just for the record, if any of you do that, okay?
And you know what I heard, just to add to that real quick, I heard that if you get to that like 16-hour open window that you should try to get a work in because then it burns more calories. So I know, I mean, it makes sense what you're saying, not to work out when it's towards the end of that window, but
Would be the more, yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know, just that's what I got taught today. And then TLA is going to be October 3rd and 4th.
Mm.
So please make sure you have that down. And Craig was nervous to say it because you heard him say, if you were there, well, all of you were there, that he doesn't want people to think then Provo will take you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I'll just go to vet, whatever. And I told him I disagree with him. True leaders, we don't want to miss Provo. We don't want to miss TLA. We're growing teams, you guys. I'm like, Craig, the majority of us that are really successful in this business, we've either owned our own business, we do own our own business, or we're executives at our job. We have to know these dates in advance.
Yep.
So, it reminded me of John Calawertz. He never wanted to tell the sales team they did a good job because then he was afraid they were going to stop trying. I'm like, they're 100% commission. They only earn if they sell. And what sales? I said, you know what? I'm looking at Colleen and I'm looking at Ellen when I'm saying this. Do you think we would ever stop selling because
Never.
someone told us good job?
it reinforces us. Yeah,
We feed
yeah.
off of it. We feed off of it.
Right.
Right.
we need
Right.
that.
Back. Mhm.
So, that's coming
Tina.
from someone who's analytical.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
Cal.
Do you know if it's going to be in Vegas again? I know they sent a survey last year after TLA and they were questioning whether we thought it was good to have it in Vegas or not. Do you know if it's gonna be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I do know the reason that they have had it in Vegas, because I hate going there personally, is, and then they go to, in my opinion, because I'm such a freaking snob of hotels, they're dumps. From my standards, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm a bitch.
Agreed.
It's inexpensive to go to Vegas, and bless
Yeah.
your heart. And they have more opportunities to have facilities that can house that many people, bless your heart. And, you know, Craig was like, Gina, most people in Trinette, we're just, and he's right, just a bitch. Most people wouldn't be able to, they barely can afford it, at least 50% of the people now. So they're not gonna be able to stay at, you know, whatever.
We're not going to Hawaii.
We're not going to Hawaii and we're not
Right.
staying at the Ritz-Carlton. I'm like, all right, fine. But, so anyways, I don't know, Kelly. As soon as I ever find out any scoop, I'll always let the Rubies know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect, thank you.
yep. So, I'm gonna put our beautiful Lisa on the spot. She has no idea I'm doing this. Look at her face. She all on your main screen. She's on my, I get to see her whole face here. We have been talking almost for a year and 9 months about making videos on each product.
Oh my God, I literally said this afternoon, like just going through this like internal inventory and like yelling at myself. And I do have like 9 of them, which I'm going to somehow have somebody figure out how to get them uploaded into YouTube. But yes, I know I need to, if I can't do them on my Mac, then I'm going to have to borrow something and create them. So
What are all your thoughts on this? Lisa, what if because I want to talk about, well, let's put that on the back burner for a second.
okay.
I want to talk about, you guys, should we just be doing a Ruby meeting twice a month and then you bring your people, however you bring it to your people? Should we do a Ruby meeting once a month and then everyone who can join once a month? First of all, that's a question. Question 1.
I think you're going to get a better turnout once a month.
1-on-1.
One
One
and
and
one.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, Colleen says 1-on-1, 1-and-1.
Yeah.
Lisa, what do you think?
What do you mean 1-and-1?
So
Colleen?
one Ruby call and then one call with getting everyone
Everybody.
Yeah,
together
oh, yes, I
Yeah.
agree. 1-and-1.
versus 2 Ruby calls
Yes, yeah,
and
Yeah.
we do our own
Right.
thing.
right.
Ellen,
Probably
what's your
1-on-1.
vote?
I would say 1-on-1.
Okay,
One,
Yes, oh. one of each. Melissa Marie?
Sorry about that. I think 1-on-1 is good. I was on a call just the other day with Sonara and a group of women, and I don't know if any of you all were on it or not. And one of the things they were talking about is how there are so many calls and videos and trainings and stuff available, right? Which is great. But some new people start to get overwhelmed by it. You know what I mean? And so I think that, and now Sonara made a really good point. She said, I don't get overwhelmed when I go to a buffet and I have to decide what to eat, right? It's
Yeah.
just us setting the expectations for our associates, saying you don't have to be at everything. But I think you have to set the expectations for those associates. Is it going to be as important for them to get on this call? Or is it going to be more important for them to get on something that's like a larger, team? I guess that's my only thing, because some people feel like, oh my gosh, I got to get on that call. And if I don't, it's not going to look good, things like that. I don't know. That's just,
And
I
I'm
agree.
just gonna say this, I
Yeah.
like the bigger calls, but I have discovered, like, so I do, I do calls with Aubrey and her people. And it's like, I'm gonna say there's usually like 10 of us. And I can answer questions and so I don't know. Sometimes I like you know, and again, the trainings and all that are different, but like just a call, sometimes I like the smaller because people don't get lost.
I want to say that access to Lisa and the other people on the team and Gina especially, like I think the new people like that. I think they like that access. And again, I mean, it's optional.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
it's about having access.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I think I don't know if there's a wrong answer to it. You know, I
Yeah.
think it's just one of those things.
Kelly, what's your vote?
1 and 1.
Mrs. Johnson?
1-on-1.
Okay, okay, so before we talk about when those will be and what they look like, to Missy's point, I was on that call. I played the recording, Missy, so I know what call you're talking about. And what my thought was when I heard that is, and again, I'm only speaking on behalf of myself, you guys. We're all going to hear things differently and respond differently and react differently. My feeling was, I was thinking about what we're going to talk about today. You know, was it going to be a Ruby and then an all-in? And I was thinking, when I do this, I want to learn from everybody. When I'm in the car, I'm listening to stuff. When I'm putting my makeup on, I'm listening to stuff. When I'm doing laundry, you know, and Chris too, it cracks me up that I'm walking around and Chris has stuff on. I feel like, I mean, I've said this a million times, you're going to get out of this what you put into it, just like anything else. So what are your thoughts on, as you now go back to your teams, because we're going to say we had our Ruby call, right? And we're going to recap with our teams, and some of our teams have dwindled over time. I don't care if you have one person. That's your team, right? And we're all working together to come back. My whole overall team has dwindled as well. So who cares? Let's look at it like we're all starting at ground zero, and whatever we have is a bonus, a gravy that we didn't have when we truly started on our first day. Can we agree to just be positive and look at it that way?
So, oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we then, it sounds like, in agreement that we're going to tell our teams we're the priority, our once a month all together. You want to try to make that, because that is our team, our family. And it's up to you guys as leaders to make sure you're saying that, whether you have one person on your team or 40 people on your team, okay? As the Ruby above all of that, that's what you're going to do. And then we're still going to share with them. We'll tell them all the other things out there. Because if you're somebody who wants to do it all, we don't want to not let them have that. Okay. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when would you like, is there a specific night of the week? And I want each of you to say it for both of these meetings that work best for, you know, because we need to show up for our team. So you guys tell me. I will do whatever you say, because I'm going to prioritize it. The only time it will screw me up is very rarely, maybe like 2 times in the whole year or 3 times, if I have to do something with Pella where I'm literally out. Like next week I'm in California. So you guys tell me what day you want, night you want it.
I like Wednesdays.
I was gonna say like a Tuesday, Wednesday. I feel like Thursdays always have conflicts.
No weekend.
Yeah, this Wednesday's good.
Wednesday. You know, the other question I was going to ask you guys is, let's say this till through April 30th, because we might change our mind as spring and summer comes. We might want to change the day and time, but we don't get out of our day job just because it's spring and summer. So again, this team, we want to stay committed, but we're not going to say, we'll leave it open to maybe rediscuss day and time. You know, starting in May. We'll discuss it in April. And the other thing is, we just said Tuesdays, well, it looks like Wednesday's the winner, or we also could do a Sunday evening, or is that yucky because it's family? So it's totally up to you guys.
I do like Sunday too, but what does everyone else think?
Sunday night is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do either Wednesday night or Sunday as well. Overall.
Be right back.
Julie,
Wednesday,
what are your thoughts?
Wednesday,
Yeah, Wednesday.
So
or
Wednesday's, okay, so we're gonna keep it for Wednesday then, because I felt hesitation in the Sundays and everyone liked Wednesday. All right, what time? Is 7 a little too hard, Julie? Should we do 7:30?
I can do either 7 or 7:30. This happened to have a funeral, so
Oh, okay. Well, you guys tell
7.
me, what do you want? 7:30?
I like, personally, with having a little one in the house, I like earlier the better. Like, so 7's definitely better because otherwise it starts pushing closer to like bedtime and trying to coordinate that. But that's just me, not the majority.
I do like earlier the better too, but
But I know
You know,
everybody. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
6:30? Do you guys want 6:30?
I could do that. I just don't know if the majority with day jobs, I mean, most people are home by then, but I don't know.
Oh, well, I'll go down. I'm gonna how I see on the screen. Colleen, tell me
Yes.
what time you prefer.
I like the 6:30. I'm also gonna suggest a replay in case somebody has kids who have basketball game or whatever, and then they
Yep.
feel they can just.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Lisa, baby, 6:30 or 7?
It really doesn't matter. I'm good with either.
Okay, Kelly,
I prefer 6:30, but I could do 7 as well.
and then Julie.
either.
All
I
right.
work but I work from home, so if I can just like if have my camera off like I just kind of did now. So
Okay, all right, so then 6:30 it is on Wednesday. So that will be both our Ruby call and that will be we'll call it our all-in call.
Love it.
Okay, so now let's talk, do you want it the first and third Wednesday of the month, second and fourth? What would you prefer, ladies?
Earlier in the month. First and third versus second and fourth.
first and third.
I agree.
I agree because I mean,
Agree.
the last
month can
week
get
you're probably
crazy.
gonna want to be pushing, for those of us that have day jobs, the evenings are when we're probably gonna want to be pushing. So
Okay, do you think I should do a meeting invite for Rubies and above to your email so you can put on your calendar, or what's the best way to make sure we have that on our calendars?
Oh, I love an invite to put in my
I do
calendar.
too.
Yeah.
Invite.
yeah, I
Okay.
love that.
Perfect.
Then I've got the link and everything else.
Yes, yes. Love it.
Well, that would mean your leader knows how to appropriately put the link in there to work in your email, which, she's special needs. I will work on it. Okay.
Do you want me
So
to
that's
send it out?
what?
Do you want me to send it out?
Oh, Ellen, don't add more to your plate because
Okay.
you're the kindest human on earth, so stop it. Okay, and then and you guys, I don't care, you tell me what you think, but I would like to get back to doing our own business overviews. Not that we won't participate in Sonaras or anyone else, but do you know there was a point we were getting up to 40 and 50 people on our overviews? So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's my gut feeling.
Do you mean the ones you did?
Yeah, where like one, depending on all of our availability, like Lisa, you do a piece of it, Colleen will do all of us, will pre-talk about who's gonna do what piece of it. Because I do think it's more engaging when there's more than one person doing it. It's like, that's why when you watch the news, there's usually 2 anchors.
I think it's more relatable too.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Like our team knows us better, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kelly,
And they're
do
gonna be
you-
like, oh, hey, my Ruby leader is gonna be on, you know what I mean? Versus,
Yep.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I like there to be options too, because I sometimes relate to other people even outside of our organization when I watch some of their trainings.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I like to watch them. Not that I don't like our leaders, so I think that the more we do, the better. And two, I apologize, whomever's point that was, like, our teams will see their leaders on there. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was on the phone yesterday with Jen Dowd. She invited me to fly this weekend and be part of her event where Tina Joy Carroll is doing 5 hours on Friday of all different social media. Jen Dowd said she's never seen anything like when we hear the words social media, we think, oh, I'm going to post on Facebook or a little Instagram. She's literally going to take you from a kindergartner to graduate college in these hours on Friday and do this training.
wow.
And then it's just going to be unique training. And I wished so much I could have. But why was my point of saying that with what
That's a
Missy
lot
was
on
saying?
Gina.
So
Yeah.
Jen Dowd said, Gina, I want you to remind your team. And I forgot till she even said it. Remind your team that they can go on Tina Joy Carroll and then you go on to the media or you go into their like legacy league or whatever they call playmakers, whatever they call it. And you'll see their announcements of, I'm going to do a business overview tonight. So if you really want to, like Jeff Belleville, he's amazing. He's the son of a functional medicine doctor. Yeah, he's amazing. And so to Missy's point, you can relate to other people. We all have different personalities. So as Rubies, I would ask you, in the next week, start to peruse some of those top leaders and poke around in their group to see what's in there and what you like so that you can be, when you're sharing it with people on your team, you're accurate in how you're telling them to get to that, or you're able to pull it and then post it in your little chats and stuff. Okay. But she said, please make sure to use that variety because Missy is what made me think about it.
Mhm.
There's a lady that I was also on Jen's live last night. She did a Zoom. That's also our other opportunity, you guys. It doesn't have to be an official overview that we invite people and then we convert it to a YouTube video. Don't forget, like Julie, you could have someone at work that you've been trying to get and you're like, you just said you know all these people. Well, let's get them on a Zoom and Gina will do a Zoom just for your group. Well,
Mhm.
that's what Jen Dowd just did. There were only 6 people on this Zoom with Jen Dowd. That tells you what an amazing human being that woman is. She took her time but there was one person. And if you prejudge and you just looked at this lady, you're like, seriously, Jen Dowd is doing this for this lady. Well, I did prejudge because then after I talked to Jen after the call, I'm like, how in God's name do you have time or why would you have made the time for that lady? And she said, because the person who recruited her is someone, and he ended up getting like throwing up and couldn't be on the Zoom. He already on his initial list, he's only been with the company 3 weeks, and this lady's he recruited her and she's been a week. He already had 175 names. And she's like, I'm going to help. I'm going to show all of them what I'm made of and I'm going to help. I mean, it's going to pay off, right? Effort brings results. 175 people on his list right off the bat. And he already has recruited almost 20 people. So she's like, you're dang right. I'm going to do a Zoom. I don't care if one person would have been on it.
Right.
It's just growing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
So, and if you remember, Lisa, she told us this at the mountain, that, her beautiful friend that was at the mountain with the blonde hair, Janelle,
Yeah,
she met, because, Jen
Yeah.
Dowd lives in the boonies. It takes over 2 hours to get to her house from the airport. So everywhere Jen Dowd goes, it's like a 2 hour drive because she is literally in the boonies. And she was supposed to have this big group that she was going to, and it canceled. And all that was left was one person. And it was this Janelle. And she drove. Her and Darren went and got in the car and drove 2 hours and met this Janelle. Janelle has 20,000 people underneath her. Imagine if she wouldn't have drove for that one person. She said,
can't-
never be too big to do the small stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so I love that. So we're gonna do ours, the first and the third. And then, is anybody opposed to the second Wednesday? Cause we seem to like Wednesdays. The second Wednesday of every month, we'll do a business overview. And then we'll decide amongst us, we'll maybe do 3 of us, each overview. We each take a section.
Like it. I like it.
Sounds good.
Okay. So the second one will be the overview. I will get the most current PowerPoint of what we do so that because I really liked what Jen had, and Sonara pulled some of the slides where she used it Sunday. It's a really nice new overview. Okay, beautiful. Before we lock in stuff, now that we've got that, I'm going to look at a calendar. I'm gonna go through how I see you on the screen. Lisa, is there anything you want to talk about with all of us that's on your mind?
No, I'm just really happy that Sunday happened because I don't know, well, on top of the holidays, but I had pneumonia for most of December, and it just took me out, and I had no energy and took a new position, and so it's like sometimes you just need like that. But I did, I said to myself, all right, Lisa, just push past this and get back in there. And so I'm just thankful for Sunday because it was good.
This is really good.
My wake-up call was, and you heard me say it 100 times, not being able, all I did in that 3 months was push out to the diamonds what Sonara had, so you all knew what was going on. And where in God's name could I have made $17,000 a month, 17, and then I made 80, actually 10, because I was Elite Pro, or whatever it's called, Emerald Pro. Where else can you do that? And that was the real wake-up call. Could you imagine if I really put effort into this? And then Chris, we've been worrying about it for 18 months since they got a new VP, because this guy has been giving packages at GE right and left and cutting it down and sourcing everything out. And a week ago, yesterday, Chris found out his last day at GE is February 7th. And, he got a package and he's looking for a new job. And then I get mad at myself, like, I easily could become, if I can be a diamond working 65 hours a week at Pella, we all have our stuff. It's whether we just prioritize whatever we prioritize. And so to me, that was the wake-up call for me. The potential in this company is ridiculous, So I'm like, I got to get back and I got to help the team. Ellen, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Sunday was perfectly timed. I needed it too. So I'm just gonna say it quickly because I don't want to cry, but my mom passed away last week. So I have been struggling. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so Sunday came at a
You can
really
cry in
good
front of
time,
us.
Yes.
But it's just been,
Was that unexpected? Was she sick?
yeah, she had Alzheimer's. It was just right around the holidays. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
It's
to-
okay.
No, that's okay.
But-
I'd be sorry.
But yeah, it's just been, and I've been arguing with my sister, my only sister, and it's just been so nasty. Like I can't sleep at night, and it's like,
Mm,
it's just
Hard.
it's been really hard. So, but yes, I made a decision after Sunday that I just have to get right back into it, and I'm doing all the things. I'm doing the Delta Force run, even though I think it's such a corny name, but it's, yeah, I'm back in it and just doing all the things and reaching out to, I feel like the small little team that I've got, there are a few that are pretty active and that are reaching out and wanting to do three-way calls. So there is activity. I just have to be more proactive, but it's like Lisa said, timing for Sunday was really good.
Yeah, I love that. We love you, Ellen, so
Thank
much.
you. I love you guys. Thank you.
Miss Colleen,
That's hard. I'm just excited to get back into it too. I had both of my children, one home from college and one home who was living in Europe for 3 months. And so we had a full house and they were so flippin' expensive and are so expensive and they needed hair and nails and makeup and I don't know, on all different kinds of food and one's, gluten-free and dairy-free and this free. And I just need to make more money and I'm making them help me and make more money because they're very capable too. So I'm ready to get going. I joined the Delta Force too. And I've been listening to Sonara just because she's very motivating, man. The woman just goes. Like she doesn't take anything personally. This is business. You're not trying to be friends with people. You're not trying to get your friends to do this. You're just doing business. Be consistent, put it out there, tell people you've partnered with a great wellness company, and that's it. And and I just find that to be like really uplifting. So I'm trying to tune into Gina's one of them too, but like Gina, I have another friend, Linda Patterson, Sonara, when I need like that motivation to just keep going. Cause some people just really have a lot of get up and go.
They do. Yeah.
right? Oh, that's awesome.
Here.
Thanks,
Totally,
Colleen.
totally motivated, Gina, 2025.
Yeah, I think all of us, I think we're in a really good place. Missy?
Sorry, I was having a cough attack. I have bronchitis. So anyhow, I just being being totally transparent. I feel like an imposter, right? Like I came in when I joined, became a Ruby right away, and I don't feel like I've operated as a Ruby like since, right? Even though I've hit it a couple times, but not at my level that I can. So, I have not been doing all the things I've got to do, and there's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. But I know that I need to now, and Gina knows this, and some of you know it. Like my husband and I sold our business, and so now we've been done with that like for a year, right? I've been out of it, so I should be kicking ass and doing this. The amount of people I know, the people on my list, I should be, but I think I got lazy, right? I was kind of like, whoa, we have like, let's just take it easy. We sold the business, this is great, but we're not in a position to retire, right? Like I need to make money, so I'm like, okay, I've got to do the things because I don't want to go get a job. Tony, my husband, was like, yeah, I think you're going to need to put your resume out there. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not putting my resume out there because I know the money I can make here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
reason that I'm not, right? So I am just committing to myself to doing the things that I've got to do. And so I just need to have more faith in myself, to be quite honest, because I'm totally capable of being a really great leader. I know I can. I've done it in businesses for years. So that's my focus,
Yeah.
is just doing the things, honestly, just doing it
Right.
and getting to where I need to be because I know I'm capable of it.
You know what, Missy? I would recommend writing on a Post-it note, wherever you want to see it, action brings results. It
You're right.
does, because you do have so much potential, all these connections. So, and the first step is saying it, realizing it, and here we are. We're all kind of starting together again,
Mhm.
which I actually love.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I talked to a lot of people on Sunday who felt the same way. Like they're in the same boat, so I don't think we're, one-offs on this lonely island. I think a lot of us are, but
Yeah.
I don't sugarcoat it, and I'm not going to lie and be like, yeah, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm not, but I want to be
Yeah.
held accountable. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where
Oh,
I'm
I
at.
love it. Mwah, I love it.
Wow.
Ms. Kelly.
All right, well, something that Craig said on Sunday really resonated with me. And it's like, what are you gonna do different? Because I'm doing the same old thing, and I'm doing it half-assed, I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, I'm not getting the results that I want because I don't know, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. It's like Groundhog's Day, which is what we're told, right? We need to be consistent, but I'm not doing it consistently well, right? So what am I gonna change to get a different result? I can't do the same thing. I have to change something, right? So that really resonated with me. And then the one other thing I want to say is I came across this and I printed it off. I actually have it in a freaking frame on my desk. 1 year is all it takes. You can change your bank balance, your physique, your social circle, and the country that you live in. Everything can change if you go all in. Stop dipping your foot in the water and jump in the deep end. And I'm like, that totally spoke to me. So I just need to go all in. I just need to get past my insecurities and do all the things, but I do need to change some of the things I'm doing. So I'm ears and eyes wide open. I'm so happy to have this group to be able to, work with and buddy up with and partner with so that we can all help each other along the way and reach all of our goals.
Yeah.
I
So
love
happy
it.
we're back.
Hey,
Oh,
guys, I
thank-
don't know if any of you watched Lauren Gerard did I don't know, a couple days ago, and I happened to watch it, and I just want to say this because she really, like, I have this mental thing. Like, if you would see me in the corporate thing, and and I do technical sales, so it's a little bit different because people don't buy my ingredients because they're pretty. They they buy them because they have to function in their products, and they have to meet certain needs. But I'm like, why can I do that? And then I come here and the world says to me, you're doing that? Like, oh my gosh, you're doing a network marketing, Lisa, and then people really close to me are like, almost questioning like their trust in me. Like, and I won't go into it.
Yes,
She said
I
this
get that.
thing- She said this thing. She said, every single job, you are going to have that in some way. Like you're going to have like bad days at any job. She goes, I was a teacher and blah, 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 and you're just, she said all of the stuff. And I can't remember exactly how she put it, but it really just made me stop and think of just truly, I know it sounds really bitchy, but not really caring, because it's my life and I love these products and I believe in them. And and if you don't want to trust me because I'm doing this, well, like, all right. Like
Lisa-
I'm here. Next.
Oh.
But it really is a thing in your brain that I think almost every morning we have to get up in, because to me, I'm not Sonara. I haven't been in this industry 20 years. Like I have to separate, because in my corporate job, people come to me, like all you guys, people come to us for like who we are, or what we do, or, you're in a meeting and they look to you for the answers. And I'm like, why can't I do that over here? Because I've let people's negative thoughts on a network marketing company just stop me. And those are the things that we have got to let go of.
Oh, you saw on Sunday.
100%.
How many of you saw people on Sunday? You can tell they were classy executives, and you're like, I wish they were on my team, right? I think we all saw people, and I'm proud when people see you, they're wishing you were on their team. Guess what, you guys? When people say it to me, when I was up on stage and I talked about Jerry Gendusa, Colleen, you know Jerry.
Yep. Yeah, from Make-A-Wish.
Proud I was to tell Jerry about Trinant.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is the guy who I was telling you, one of his gazillion things he's done in his life is he invented LED lighting on every airplane in the world.
Yeah.
And I am just as proud to tell him, I'm still Gina Della from Pella. I'm still doing all of a sudden now I'm going to be different because I'm in network marketing, or Lisa Shimon's going to be different because now she says the part she's in network marketing. Instead, have confidence in the fact that you're doing this and we're the ones doing it. We are that third party validation for those people of why they should be doing it. And I'm going to tell you, Brenda Nolly, who stood up there and spoke. If you remember, she had the cream colored, she was so cute. She lives in Nakusa. No, I'm sorry, Okachi, Nagawick out there.
Nashotah.
She does very well. Nashotah, thank you so much. She does very well. Her husband does very well. Again, someone not us, hopefully, not me, but would be afraid to talk to. Well, she did it, she's doing it. And she says to people, this was my nugget from Sunday. I can't give you my beautiful house in Nashotah. I can't do that for you. I can't give you the Escalade I drive. I can't give you the job, the career I have. I went to college and I worked really hard to get there. The beauty of Trinant is I can share it with you, and there is literally no glass ceiling, and you can do it as fast as you choose to do it. That was real. That spoke to me.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and Julie, I want to hear from you, and I just want you all to this was something, Sonaris, and I don't want to forget to say this in our meeting today, is it's interesting with our teams and ourselves sometimes, and you'll know where you're at with this. We're either building, we're out there excited, like where we are right now, and we're recharged and we're going to do all the things and we're going to make our list and all the stuff we were trained on Sunday. We're either building or we're maintaining. I was maintaining for 12 weeks. Okay. Or we're maintaining or we're blaming. Because when it goes, all of a sudden, when it goes the other way, now it's Trinant's fault.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Julie, sorry, definitely not least, but last here in order. What's on your mind?
I will say I don't feel like I don't have the confidence. I don't feel like to be a leader. And when I originally started, I didn't plan on being a Ruby. I mean, I guess I didn't even know anything about it. So I feel like I kind of need, and I've been looking into the legacy makers and trying to follow some of those people just so I can learn a little bit more. I feel a little overwhelmed. Yeah, I just feel like I need to learn how to lead better. I don't do that for my job. I take care of people and yeah, I'm just not, I don't feel confident. Let's just put it that way.
Let me ask you a question. By the way, you look beautiful. You look so fabulous. You've been maintaining, like, you just look great. When you say I need to learn more, what do you need to learn? What is an example?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just, I get questions from like, I've never led. I've never done this before, network marketing. So, I mean, I've done it through Epicure, but I totally nothing like this. So I don't know. I mean, I know how to communicate with my team. I mean, I feel like I should know more. Like even we're doing work sessions. I felt like I was doing them. And then I felt like, I don't think I'm good enough to be doing these.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all the stuff like social. I mean, I think I get overwhelmed when I see all these people doing all this stuff and I'm like, oh, I get down on myself. That's probably my problem. I am negative to myself.
Pauline, one of the most successful.
Gina, let me ask you, let me just say this. Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like from Julie's perspective, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So if you feel like if there's an area, Julie, maybe that you're feeling like I'm struggling in a certain space, we just need to maybe focus on that. But like, I do agree. Sometimes I really don't know what I don't know. I'm very new to network marketing. This is my first stint here. I think, Gina, I think a lot of us are not in our heads. This is all new for us, so we're figuring it out as we go. So, you know, maybe some of our Ruby content can be, let's just get back to the basics and maybe just walk through like what things should be like, you know? What should we know as Rubies? What are our expectations? What should we be doing with our teams? Like, what is our role? You right? Like, we've never really had that conversation to say, as a Ruby, now you're responsible for your team, and you like, here's what the things that you should know. And if we're not good at those things, we need to get good at them, right?
That's a good point, Kelly. That's-
Amazing. So
Yeah.
that'll be our first Ruby meeting. Okay, we'll talk about that. I'm just curious because how we're all successful. I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but Colleen is literally the most successful female I know. And she is so experienced with coaching, training. She's worked with so many people. She's been so high up. Colleen, when you hear what Julie just said, what if Julie came into your office, what would you have said to her?
I would say to her, Julie, you're perfect just the way you are. Be you. And I would probably be vulnerable with her, and we'd probably end up crying in my office together. And it'd say, we're gonna help each other. Like, I don't know this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Gina knows. I didn't want to have a team. I have enough people to take care of. And but at the end of the day, we're all here to help each other. And I don't need to know all this stuff. I feel like sometimes I lean on Lisa and I text Lisa and I text Gina, and sometimes I'll ask Sanara for help, or I'll just, point someone in a direction. And even this team right here, you can just ask us. You can just say, oh my gosh, someone just texted me this and I don't know what it means. And we will all jump on and help, or say, have her join the next Wednesday call and tell her it will be okay. Because again, we are all helping each other. And so I think take that pressure off yourself. You absolutely don't need to know. I don't even think you need to lead. You just need to communicate
Yeah.
and be open to learning. And that's what I am like the most excited about is I love learning new things, and I want to be healthy, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying sharing it with others. But half the time they'll tell me something. I'm like, oh gosh, I have no idea. You know what? Let me go in the ripple effect and put thyroid in, or let me go in the ripple effect and put in psoriasis. What kind was it again? Or, or I'll ping Lisa or Gina or somebody. But, again, we don't have to be professionals. We're just introducing them and communicating and being that helping bridge. So I think you have all that.
Okay. Thank you. I do feel better just being in this meeting tonight because I felt like I feel more comfortable, I guess. It's
You know
not,
what Craig told me, Julie, on Sunday? Because I feel like someone's like, when does the look good, feel good bundle, love? I don't even know what they're talking about because I literally have been checked out for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And I said, and then I get frustrated where like someone writes on the Diamond chat, what does, I think it was Boost do, or Balance, whatever it was. And then I literally put the link to the website because it's the most amazing website ever. And then I wanted to say, and don't just stop at what you see. Like Lauren Gerard said, scroll all the way down. There's pages and pages screens of what just Balance does. The ingredients, and what are the ingredients? What do they do? What's the most common question? And I said, I get so frustrated. I'm telling this to Craig. I'm like, because when I started, I just went and I did that, and I'd click on things and I would learn. And he said, and I said, I don't know how to lead this type of a group. I've never done network marketing. And he said, I think I'm going to strangle you right now. This was on Sunday. And he said, you're a mom. You're already a leader just because you're a mom. Like no one taught you how to be a mom. You just did it. And your kids are still alive. I met one of them today, and he's so sassy. And then he said, but when people say things like Colleen just said, psoriasis, instead of us, because this is what else I would do, I would enable people. So I would go do it like Colleen is, instead say, oh, did you look it up in the ripple effect?
Instead of doing it for them.
Yeah.
I showed him what I did so bitchy in the thing, although everyone said it wasn't bitchy. It's like, yeah, look it up. But He said, instead, I should have said, when they asked about balance, did you look it up? Did you put it in the ripple effect? Because you should get several different options. And I should have said, did you click on the product in our website and scroll all the way down
Yeah.
to the bottom of that product? And then it would have been, oh, yep, because we got to help ourselves. So Julie, that would have made me a better leader that day instead of being the passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And I want
I giggled.
I want to add in really quick to a tool, like, I just don't want people, like, the new Go app is so good. I'm like, literally, when I am not at home and like somebody needs something, which, like, I get what you're saying, but if it's like a customer or whatever, oh, hey, can you send me information? I absolutely love, I click into Go, I pull up the products, I copy the PDF of like the brochure and I send it to them.
No, it's beautiful.
I'm so in love with the Go app. Literally, I'm like just so happy that they made those changes.
Yes, that's been helpful.
Yeah.
Can I just add
Want to
one more
remind-
thing? Oh,
Yes, Ellen,
I just
go.
want to add one more thing. So to what Julie was saying, I think what we decided what we're going to do is take turns, or we're going to do the business overview. When Kelly and I had to do that, we had to fill in for Sonara one night. Oh my God, I was so nervous. And she and I literally went through Sonara's overview, or I would suggest, like, that's what I did in the beginning. And Gina, you suggested it, just play it over and over and over. It's actually just repeating
Yeah.
what the company is all about. Like, that's all we really need to know. If they dig in and ask, about psoriasis or something, we do exactly what Gina said. But I can't remember, it was Craig Cotter, and my vision's really bad, but he said, it's all about your energy. Communication reality check, 98% body language, 23% tone, and
Yep.
7% the
What
actual
you
work.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
So think about it. Like, we're excited. Like, we love the crap out of Trenon products. That's why we're here. Our enthusiasm, and Julie, your enthusiasm about Mojo or Glow or whatever it is, can say there is nothing like this on the planet. So I think we lead with our enthusiasm and then talk about the company. And if they get into something specific, then we say, you know what? Let's get on a call. Call G and Adela, or do a three-way
Yeah.
call with one of us.
Right.
I think those are our answers until we get, because I'm not good at the business, overview presentation, but we'll get good.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Remember when we all began, ignorance on fire. We knew nothing.
Yeah.
And we were, every single one of us on this call, think of what we did in our first month and how we were talking to people, and we didn't know squat. Ignorance on fire. We all know so much more now. So, and Julie, well, for everyone, I don't know who was on one of my training calls or not, but if you take your phone and I want you all to take your phone and go to your messenger and go to the Della Diamonds. And this will be review for some of you.
Facebook Messenger, Della Diamonds.
Now go on our Della Diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Hang
Yeah.
on. Sometimes I have to like scroll, like, okay, oh, all right. All right.
Are you all there?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so now at the very top of your phone screen, it has the picture of the diamond. It says Della Diamonds and it's got a picture of the diamond, right?
Yep.
I want you to touch that.
Yep.
Now it says you could change the name or the image. Then it says theme, quick reaction. You all see where I'm going here?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, keep going down. See chat members, member guests, invite link. I want you to get to view media, files, and links. Okay, I want you to touch that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So every time someone says, where is that overview on realtors again? Or why should a network marketer pick us again? Go like hit links, touch the links,
Yeah.
hit files. Everything I've ever posted
Oh, nice.
Oh, I
is
love the link.
there. Yeah. So you don't have to keep scrolling, like literally, oh, I know Gina
I
did
do that all the
this
time. I'm
number.
like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Where is
So
that?
that's a thing you want to teach your team.
Mhm.
Because how helpful is that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last question before we wrap up. Would you guys like me to do a weekly or a bi-weekly one-on-one with each of you for 30 minutes? Is there any interest? Or are we too busy
Yeah.
and we already are doing enough?
I mean, I
Oh,
see how this goes, like if I feel like I need more after that, or
How
How
about,
about this?
No,
If
just-
you want that, reach out to me.
I
If
was
you
just
are
saying,
someone,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
just leave that open for a reach out, like, you know, I think that'd be good.
yeah.
okay. Okay, well then I'm gonna send, we are in Jan, so we'll start our new, what we're gonna do with what we just agreed on in February. Is
Okay.
that okay? Because I have to be gone all next week at Pella.
Yeah.
And then we're just not prepared because my calendar wasn't ready for it. So we'll start in February. I hope you guys love this call as much as I did because I am ready to kick ass
Yep.
Yes.
and help you all kick ass. Kicking ass means we are all kicking ass.
We are kicking ass.
Yeah.
We're all gonna help each other kick ass.
Yes.
love it.
Okay, I love you.
Love you, girls.
Love you too, honey.
Love you,
ladies.
Welcome back.
Guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.